Hey, good afternoon. It's Monday, about 2:30 here after the markets close. We're going to start off with Kansas City wheat. And, as we discussed last Friday, how that might run into trouble here against the cloud, and you've got all this other resistance in here, our line, 38% retracement of this move. So there's a lot of resistance in here, and we'll see how that keeps playing out. You've got poor inspections as far as exports are concerned. We're taking in wheat from the Europe countries. There is some talk of some dryness in Australia that's as they're, in the planting season they've got going on there. So we'll see how that all plays out. It's just really put itself back right in the middle. It's actually right in the smack dab of this move. So it's right back in the middle of the range. And so it's undecided territory at this moment, so we'll have to really keep our eye on it. And if this thing starts to roll over, it's probably not a good situation for wheat. As far as if we can't go back up here and test some of this, like the 62% retracement up here. So we'll keep you informed and stay watchful on that. July corn had a nasty reversal today, right off our cloud, with this is also a 9 count, which is a sell count down as far as on the DeMark indicator. So not surprising that this kind of happened, but we also had weather. The weather got wetter as far as the forecasts are concerned, and looking further out, you got looks like cooler temperatures going on, and maybe even above normal rainfall as we get looked further out. So reversal up past here, not being able to hold $6 is also not a good signal to this corn market as far as the July contract. So as far as the spec, we're going to be short below $6 below this cloud. Maybe even have a spread on just short futures with a long call just to hedge that a little bit. If you're looking to spec anything, we really think that's probably a good spot right here. It's looks like we might just go ahead and roll this thing over. December corn, it's about the same thing that happened here in July corn, bouncing off the cloud. Has that 38% retracement, and you have all this resistance over in here. So not surprising that we couldn't bust through that, especially with the forecast coming out as far as new crop corn is concerned. So if you need some sales, or if you need a little more, it's probably not a bad idea to get some on here. Now, if for some reason the weather forecast changes and this thing busts out, it'll bust out and we'll go. So really think this 550 area is still a really key number as far as the December corn contract, because all this resistance and the daily cloud, and you just got all this in here that you've got to bust through. That's going to be pretty difficult, especially if we're forecasting cooler temps, longer range, and above normal rainfall, because as we know, yeah, it's dry in Illinois, Indiana. Iowa started getting some rains. I mean, there's some pockets in there, obviously, still dry. The further north part is dry. But as we know, if you can keep your crop in decent health and you start getting, rains and cooler temperatures later on, when that crop's really pollinating and filling, you can still raise some pretty good crops. They may not be record breakers by any means, but you can still raise some pretty good corn. So, pretty good corn may be still putting our carry out over 2 billion. So we got to watch that and, keep our hedges in place in that situation. Soybeans, the July contract, just a little bit of reversal, not anything real substantial as far as maybe, that this is the top. Who knows? We basically, our demand's not real great at the moment. So we'll see how that goes. We have no real good exports. You do have a lot of resistance up here in the 1380 range. So we'll just kind of keep a watch on that. It's, not surprising it bounced off our line here as well. So we'll keep our eye on that moving forward. November beans. This is a little more weaker than the July contract. We just couldn't bust through 12. Kind of tested a little bit, 11.95 today, and then reversed and back down, back below this little trend line we had going on. Just no force or anything, no force right in here. Stochastics don't look bad for maybe a little more to go on the upside, but again, gonna find a lot of resistance probably in the 12 to 12.15 range. So that's probably an area you need to watch. If we turn around and everything starts dumping with new crop corn, the old crop contracts, obviously November beans are going to go with it. So I would stay tuned, because if you need to get more sales on, you probably ought to be paying attention to what's going on here pretty closely. Just don't look out your back door and assume you're dry that we can't go down. Okay, so if you have any questions, please reach out. Tim will be back here on Wednesday for you. As always, there's significant risk in trading futures and options, and trade in light of your financial conditions. Please have a great evening. See you.